So I just wanted to share quickly today 3 things I've changed in my 50s that have really made the biggest difference to me in actually how I feel. Not so much how I look, although that is important, but actually how I feel. So number one, there's no order to this, but number one is how I approach fitness. So I've been training now for well over 35 years, and the shift I've had to make since I hit 50, especially the last couple of years, is really I'm not training now for performance. Yeah, I still want to look good, still want to build muscle and strength, but it's now more about how do I feel, how does training make me feel. So I've really started taking my ego out of it a little bit and just having a bit more intention into, I still train hard, but much smarter. So number 2 is sleep. I'll be honest with you, I should treat sleep as if without really any sort of priority in my life. I just thought it was something that happened, and now it's probably my number one focus at the moment, because it's all part of it. To me, sleep is actually the foundation for everything. So I know when my sleep is right, my world is much better. My energy, my mood, the way I just go about business on a daily basis, how I recover everything, it's all just falls into place. When I'm not sleeping properly, everything just life just feels a lot harder. So sleep, absolutely priority. And the third one, and this is really a more recent thing, said last year, is gut health. Again, I've been lucky with gut health. I think I've never really had many problems. I've always eaten well, so I've always put it down to that. But last year or two, I've really noticed my gut health start to deteriorate a little bit. And again, once your sort of gut health is off, it just affects everything around you. The gut is linked to so much going on in the body, especially in your mental state, which I didn't really realise too much. So now it's really important. I'm prioritising that diet, getting enough fibre, just generally making sure that everything is working and settled in there. And I really am starting to notice a difference. I say how I feel on a daily basis. So that's it. None of this is really complicated. It's all obvious stuff, but it's just really paying attention to this and listen to what your body's telling you, because that's when you get the feedback is how you can sort of make changes and do what's right for you. Anyway, curious to know. Let me know what's